Texas A&M University student chapter of Engineers Without Borders officially started the Costa Rica project in January of 2009. That August, we were able to make a trip down to San Juan and Isidro, which is a small community in the rainforest of Costa Rica. After that, we were able to use this past semester to do the design work and other necessary preparations for our implementation. This implementation, called Phase 1, is the construction of the foundation and data collection for future implementations.
After months of team meetings, talking with advisors, and hours of hard work, our travel team of 6 students and 1 professor took off for Costa Rica on January 9th, 2010.
When we got to the town that night, we checked over materials and surveyed the site. The community had done an awesome job of excavating the site and filling it with compacted sand exactly how we had specified.
The next morning, though, we faced our first setback, weather. It had poured all night and continued to rain all day, making the terrain muddy and much harder to work with. We assessed the situation and made the appropriate changes to our strategy, trying to stay on schedule as much as possible.
We started by adding more sand to the site to slightly raise the elevation and then used the backhoe bucket to compact it. After a survey check of the elevation and several pocket penetrometer tests of the compacted sand's bearing capacity, we maximized our backhoe's capabilities by having the driver dig 2 of our long trenches and half of the other 2 long ones.
We chose a slab-on-grade foundation for the computer center in order to create extra stiffness against the expansive clay in the rainforest. The second day started with more damage control. The rain hadn't let up overnight and our trenches were full of water. So to deal with this, we made a drainage trench, we used a hand pump, and we also used a garden hose as a siphon.
While some fought through the mud to drain and finish the trenches, some worked hard on the formwork.
And some measured, cut, bent, and tied rebar for the slab and beams. To attach the rebar, we used wire ties and pigtail tie twisters.
After a lot of sweat and sore muscles, we finished digging all the trenches.
In an effort to stabilize the soaked soil of our site, we poured bags of dry mixed cement into the trenches and smoothed it evenly.
To gather data for future implementation, we did several tests. Surveying and percolation tests were performed around the back of the school and down the hill in order for us to determine where the location for the primary and secondary treatments should be, as well as the septic tank.
Soil analysis tests were used to determine water content and soil texture around the site.
Meanwhile, the formwork and some of the rebar cages had been completed and were ready to install.
But we needed more rebar, and the hardware store finally delivered on the 4th day. So we were able to stay late that night and cut and organize everything for the next workday.
On concrete pour day, we woke up early to finish placing the slab and vertical rebar. Luckily, we finished in time, and better yet, the rain had stopped.
Throughout the whole project, community members worked hard at our sides, but on concrete pour day, they took the lead and guided the process for us. No one on our travel team really had any experience with the concrete pour, so this was a huge load off our shoulders. The concrete pour went great, allowing us to spend our last full day looking at costs and materials for future trips to the hardware store and securing the site. We even had time to take a short hike to the Soldier Center and into the rainforest.
Because sustainability is a big part of Engineers Without Borders, we held a short presentation for the community to explain why we've made certain design decisions, how to keep the community safe from possible site dangers, and what our plan is for the rest of the project. It was really great to hear opinions from the community and make sure everyone was on the same page.
Overall, there were a few common themes to our trip: hard work, innovation, and rain. It rained about 9 inches during our implementation. January is supposed to be the start of the Costa Rican dry season, but there was nothing dry about our trip.
So, I ran out of clothes probably 2 days ago. I've been wearing wet clothes since.
I knew it was the rainforest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Goodness gracious.
Hold on, selector.
Thank you so much for donating the money that you did for our project.
This community
really needs this computer center, and I know they're going to love it. So thanks and gig 'em.
Seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you.
Thanks to all our sponsors for helping us make this trip possible and serve this community in this way.
Been a lot of places all around the way. I seen a lot of joy and I seen a lot of pain, but I don't want to write a love song for the world. I just want to write a song about a boy and a girl.
Thanks to all our sponsors. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much for making our trip possible. We couldn't have done it without you.
I knew it was true. I said, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. It seems like everywhere I go.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I know, but I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Now I'm not a highly metaphysical man, but I know when the stars are aligned, you can bump into a person in the middle of the road, look into their eyes and you suddenly know. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you, dancing in and out of the